Let me tell you a story. It's a story about community well-being, how a community conducts itself, works together for its future, manages the change that is inevitable. It's a story based on pragmatism and what I believe to be a very entirely undervalued resource, idealism. You might think my story touched by the brashness of a young man, a relative newcomer to these parts, lost in the wilderness as it were, not here long enough to know his place in the Kyogle way of doing things. Community wellbeing is built from a foundation of participatory local democracy, good governance, active citizenship, together with a commitment to promoting social justice and the growth of local social capital. So apologies for the mini lecture, but I'll unpack these concepts briefly and put them into a Kyogle context. Participatory local democracy is more than voting every 4 years. Good governance. Governance is about how things are done, how things are organised. Good governance might be fleeting, it can come and go with changes in people. To ensure good governance becomes entrenched needs commitment from elected councillors, council staff and the community, all in the same canoe. An active citizen is someone who believes in democracy and is able to translate that belief into action. You can think of this as the head, heart and hands. The head has the knowledge of how things work, the hands provide the skills, the heart holds the belief it's all worthwhile. Social justice has many layers in the relationship between individuals and society. It's about wealth and opportunities, where a postcode doesn't dictate someone's future. In Kyogle, as elsewhere, there are people missing out. And in case Genghis Khan happens to be listening in, I want to emphasise that social justice is not just about rights, it's also about responsibilities. Social capital is the sum total of connections, networks, relationships between individuals and groups. It's based on trust, reciprocity, and ways of doing things. It's important for economic and community development that gets things done. A prominent practitioner of small-town development in Australia tells us that healthy, vibrant, resilient and enterprising communities and economies foster a never-ending search for new ideas. Growing Kyogle should be congratulated on this initiative, bringing people together to hear ideas. This is not a cure or fix it, it's not the chicken soup for the soul of Kyogle. Tonight, 10 presenters, at least that many people again were interested in presenting. Multiply throughout the community and there will be lots of people with ideas that they would like to share. Early last century, Australia was widely admired for its innovations in democracy. A social laboratory it was called. What's needed now is an ideas laboratory. Kyogle can do this. Like all New South Wales councils, Kyogle has a community engagement policy. This one talks of partnership, but who among the community councillors, council staff really understand how partnerships might work? So assuming interest in this, how would partnerships be explored? What's needed is not opinion, but considered judgment, learning from and with experts alongside peers and other community members, all as equals. This is unlikely to be found in a public meeting. There's a myriad of ways of engaging people. One method, known as open space, was developed by a professional conference organiser who came to a conclusion the most satisfying parts of conferences he organised were the coffee breaks, when people self-organised into areas of interest. Youth engagement starts when young people are involved in responsible and challenging work to address issues they have identified. It starts with their talents and skills, their assets, not their needs and problems, their deficits. It needs careful attention, same as engaging any minority or disadvantaged group. To engage, people have to think it's worth doing. It has to be meaningful, not tokenistic. It's best if there's a social opportunity attached. Food, music, opportunity to meet and talk to people. Make it enjoyable. Sometimes it's easiest close to home. The kitchen table is as close to home as it gets for most people. There are many things that can be done. TEDx are easily accessible video talks on thousands of subjects. Everyday things like finding happiness, what makes a good leader, Sharing local skills and passions is an opportunity to make it notable for people to learn things about people they know they never knew about that person. These are all things that can happen at home, in a community, in a pub. Participation has been said to be like a muscle. Don't use it and it wastes away. Use it regularly to become strong, capable of amazing feats of community development. One of the benefits of participation is a better understanding of different views. With a commitment to developing understanding, it's easier to manage conflict when it arises. Conflict is inevitable. How we deal with it, however, is entirely optional. It's all too easy in conflict to forget the issue and focus on the person with all that involves. Some time back, an American sociologist wrote a book he called Bowling Alone. It was about his studies into people's withdrawal from community life, which had wide-ranging impacts. When people bowled in leagues, they stayed after bowling, ate, drank, socialised. When they bowled alone, they finished bowling and went home. Bowling alley lanes went broke as a result. So, think like a philosopher. After all, nothing as practical as a good theory. Learn the skills of critical thinking, dialogue, not debate. Strengthen the mind. It's rewarding for an individual, for a group, for a community. Long ago, Margaret Mead, some of you may have heard of us, told us to never doubt a small group of committed people can change the world. Indeed, Margaret said, it's the only thing that ever has. In closing, I say never doubt what a committed group of people could do for Kyogle. Thanks for listening.